Hello, welcome to HQ, where the lessons last a few minutes, but the learning lasts a lifetime. So in the last episode, we talked about the Pilgrims in Massachusetts and the first Thanksgiving and the story behind all that. In this one, we're going to hop in our DeLorean time machine and take off 50 years in the future to the 1670s in Virginia, and we're going to look at something called Bacon's Rebellion. And no, sadly, this isn't as delicious as it really sounds. So to set the stage, thousands of people had been coming to Virginia either as indentured servants or free people to try to make a better life for themselves and make a lot of money in tobacco. These people almost always had small farms, but there were a lot of them. And as these people expanded, they unsurprisingly came into contact with natives who also unsurprisingly weren't that happy about people coming onto their land. This of course led to conflict between natives who wanted to protect their land and colonists who wanted to expand into native land, who thought they were going to be backed up by their governor, William Berkeley. Now, Governor Berkeley is in a very, very weird position here. On one hand, he is the governor of Virginia and is kind of supposed to protect the colonists that are in it. But on the other hand, he has a lot of money coming in from the fur trade with the natives, and he doesn't want to disrupt that either. So, he chooses to do, well, nothing, essentially. And this makes the frontier colonists, in a word, angry. In two words, very distraught. The native attacks, coupled with the fact that they're paying an outlandish tax to support Governor Berkeley's lavish lifestyle, Governor Berkeley made around £1,000 a year, while the average Virginian farmer made much less than this. Much less, around £3 a year. So this leads to a lot of resentment that our man Nathaniel Bacon capitalizes on. So Nathaniel Bacon is a recent transplant from England, and he comes in and he says, hey, everyone's really upset at Governor Berkeley. Maybe I can make a power play here, and maybe I can become governor. So Bacon drums up support among the common people and goes out and attacks the natives that have been attacking the colonists' villages. Berkeley, of course, is very upset about this and calls Nathaniel Bacon a rebel and calls all of his people rebels and says Virginia's in a state of rebellion. But that's not good for him, because Nathaniel Bacon and his group of rebels now come to Jamestown, the capital, kick Berkeley out, and they burn Jamestown to the ground just as a final, up yours to Berkeley. Shortly thereafter, though, Bacon dies to that cruel disease that killed so many early colonists, dysentery. After Bacon dies, the rebellion kind of falls apart. I mean, it is his rebellion after all. And Berkeley comes back and starts punishing and executing people he thought were taking part in Bacon's rebellion and supporting Bacon. But the king eventually stops this and kicks Berkeley out, saying, hey, it's kind of your fault to begin with that this all happened, so I'm not going to put you back in power because I don't want another Bacon's rebellion on my hands. So instead of Berkeley being in power, the king is now in power, and Virginia quickly becomes a commonwealth. The importance of this rebellion, though, can't really be overlooked when we're looking at American history as a whole. Firstly, and maybe most importantly, it showed common people that violent revolution does bring around change. Secondly, taxes and their reduction quickly became a hot topic among the colonists, and it spread from Virginia all throughout the other 12 of the 13 colonies. And thirdly, it started the very bad trend away from indentured servitude towards the slavery of Africans throughout Virginia and the South. Slaves were much easier to control than indentured servants and also intimidate, and namely they wouldn't compete with wealthy landowners for farms once their indentured servitude or work detail was up, because sadly their work detail never was up. All in all, Bacon's Rebellion is really overlooked in the wide scope of American history, and that's a shame, because it really is one of the first steps towards the American Revolution. Anyway, this is HQ, signing off for now. I'll see you next time.